Right, Copycat DMC. Wow! Just want to say, yeah, that after being threatened by YouTube because of this video I posted about Bill Gates talking about reducing the population from 6.8 billion to by 1.2 billion because he said it was 15%. They could reduce population by if they use healthcare, family planning, and vaccines. Now, I don't know about you, yeah, but they've banned David Icke, they've banned Alex Jones, they've banned Jordan Peterson, or them trying to ban Jordan Peterson. I mean, what the hell is Jordan Peterson saying other than get your shit together? Huh? What's he saying? Don't trust the system. Don't let the distractions of the system get into your mind and stop you from doing what you're doing like I've done. I've not done, that's why you only get little bits of work off me, because I'm addicted to bloody Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and I used to be a hacker. I used to go all over the internet. I used to be in places you didn't even know, long before the darknet even existed. Yeah, I don't do the darknet because of viruses and whatever, right? But it's coming to the point now where we have got Web 2.0, yeah, and we're moving into Web 3.0, right? Where basically the internet is now nothing other than a fucking glorified television set. Yeah, they broadcast to you what they want you to see, right? My advice would be to get onto other platforms like Rumble and Odyssey and others, yeah, and come off YouTube, come out of the Google ecosystem, come out of the Apple ecosystem, yeah. The only reason I will buy another Apple product is because I need the LiDAR sensor for 3D scanning for my virtual reality development. Yeah. But when you got companies like Oculus and that Meta, whatever them called now, yeah, running the App Store, I don't even know if my apps would be allowed to be distributed. My apps would probably have to be sideloaded because the stuff that I want to do is nothing to do with sexual or anything like that. It's some ghetto stuff I want to do. And I got a feeling that the controversy I want to cause with it, I don't think they're going to allow me to publish my apps on the platforms. Yeah, this is why I don't work, because I'm in that two state mind. Yeah, I'm trying to set up t-shirt printing, yeah, so that I can start to put my thoughts and other people's thoughts on t-shirts and clothing. I've just signed up for textiles and maths so that I can get my maths and my textiles up, so I can get my programming game. And I want to go into electronics as well. Now, what I'm saying to you is the same thing that Jordan Peterson and them man are saying. Get yourself into something. Yeah, I'm sick. I suffer from ADHD, bipolar, and dissociative personality disorder, which is DPD. Yeah, and other behavioural issues. Yeah, and all I'm going to say is if you're on benefits in the UK, or if you're in a country where you can get free education and you're on state benefits, or you're unemployed and you've got no work, if you can get that education paid for you for free, take it. Get the certificates that you can get. Yeah, because we come into a system, right, where it's going to be total control grid. I agree with David Icke, 100%. Yeah, I do agree with David Icke. Alex Jones, I used to watch him years and years and years ago until he become a bit of a, I don't know, I've got nothing against the man, I don't know him, but he become a little bit overbearing for me. Yeah. But he's right. He is right. What he's saying is right. I've watched them for years, long before anybody knew who they were. Yeah, I was on their platforms listening to their stuff 20, 30 years ago when David Icke was on Wogan and I was a little boy, and I listened to what he said and I was like, everybody's laughing and I'm thinking, why are you laughing at him? I was a little boy. I used to watch politics. My friend's dad says, bloody hell, Dads, we got the brain of Britain here. You know, because I could answer all these questions on quizzes and everything when I was like 7 and 8 years old. Yeah, and, you know, at the end of the day, right, the system's rotten. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The system is rotten. And now this is a message to the police. I'm going to make a separate video specifically to the police and the army, right? But this is a message to them, right? You've got your police officers associations and whatever else, yeah? And you have to come together in a conference every so often, and you have to buck against the government because they're not giving you what you need financially in terms of wages or in terms of resources, yeah? They're cutting back resources and expecting you to solve more crime, yeah? The situation that we've got now, right, is that the police need to wake up, right? The police need to realise they're people as well. And this is going to affect them too. Now, it's all right if you want to live in a world that's like the Matrix, yeah? Where you know, if you don't do what you're told, you get in shit, right? My philosophy is this. When people say to me it's a free country, I say to them, no, it's not a free country. It's not a free country. It's a country where you are free to do what you are told under threat of force. You do something that breaks the law, right? Even go and buy raw milk that's unpasteurized from a farmer, right? They'll shut the farmer down and they'll confiscate the milk. Yeah, they'll prosecute the farmer for committing a crime. Now, we went through 5,000 years of civilization, yeah, to get to where we are now, drinking raw milk and eating unpasteurized and untreated products. Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, they're talking about suicide seeds so that farmers can't generate their own seeds. They have to buy them from companies like Monsanto and other places like that. Yeah. How can you create a suicide seed and then tell me that you care about humanity, right? When humanity's starving in certain parts of the globe, right? And it's starving because corporations and private individuals are taking massive amounts of money out of the system and hoarding it and using it to generate even more wealth for themselves. Now, I am quite happy to asset strip the rich, the super rich. If you get, so you might say I'm a communist, but I'm not a communist. I don't know what I am. I'm part socialist, part communist, part conservative, part liberal. I don't know what I am. But one thing I know, right, is that the system is rotten. The police and the army need to stop defending the system now. The government now is only there to protect corporate interests and the interests of the super rich. It always has been. And the soldiers have always been there. And look who gets killed. It's the soldiers and the coppers. And then it's the street kids like me. Yeah, getting killed by my own people because they're hating on me because I ain't got night trainers or some other crap that I saw on the internet. A man getting beat up because he ain't got the right shoes on. You know, and men getting murdered because they don't wear the right clothes. You know, or they've got money and people robbing them because they got money. I used to be a robber. I used to be an armed robber. Right? And I'm not proud of that. But what I'm going to say, right, is the system is rotten. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The system is rotten to the core. Yeah? It's trying to give you all kinds of distractions. Look at my tits. Look at my ass. You know, look at this stupid little video with some woman in a Chihuahua magazine and a Chihuahua mask and laughing at herself, and that gets millions of hits. And then you've got artists like me and other artists doing way better than me, getting 200 hits over 3 years. And then you got some stupid woman in a car with a Chihuahua mask. And people are hitting that for 1 million, 2 million, 3 million hits. You know, what is happening to people, man? You want to fill up your head with rubbish? Yeah? Your music you listen to is rubbish. The stuff that comes out the radio, I don't even listen to it. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to the radio. I purposefully avoid them. Because I don't like the music. Maybe once every so often, a band will come out that says something that I like. But very, very rarely on mainstream do I hear anything come out the radio that says, wake up, do the right thing, be a better person, help your community, love your family, look after your kids, love your wife, stop being a womanizing, money-grabbing, envious, jealous person with a small mind and a very small soul. The world is rotten and we need to stop it. And I agree with David Icke. I am ready to fight. Yeah, the minute there's a political rebellion in this country, I will be at the front line. And I have told the police this as well. So this is not no radicalised nothing, right? This is a British citizen who knows what the old world used to be like. Yeah, they're not going to make this move until men like me are too old to fight. And then we're left with this new generation who don't know their head from their arsehole. Yeah, we need to stop them before they stop us from being human beings, right? About Neuralink. I'm a computer programmer. I love computers, right? You are not putting no fucking Neuralink in my head, right? Vaccine, right? You are not putting no vaccine in me. I take numerous medications because of my illness, and you want to stick a randomly non-tested vaccine in with all that? Nah, you ain't frying my brain. Yeah, you ain't messing up my DNA and messing up my blood system because you put something in that ain't been tested. So your vaccine can go right up your jacksie, right? And I'm not an anti-vaxxer. If you want to vax. But I'd advise you not to. You don't know what's in it. You don't know what it's capable of. And when you end up having series of strokes and heart attacks in years to come, blame yourself. Yeah, don't blame me because I did say and other people did tell you, right? That I ain't having no vaccine, right? And I ain't having no Neuralink. You know, I love computers. If I could plug into a computer and program with my brain, that would be amazing. But you know what? I wouldn't do it. I personally wouldn't do it. And I would love that kind of technology, but I wouldn't do it. And I wouldn't advise anyone else to do it. You know why? You don't know what they're putting in. Never mind taking out. You don't know what they're putting in. Yeah? You don't know what it's going to do to the brain or the body. You don't know if the body's going to reject it like a transplant that's gone wrong. Yeah? And then you end up with a whole heap of complications. And it's your brain. It's your brain. It's not even your dick. It's not your dick, it's your brain. You can live without your dick. You can still eat pum-pum. But you can't live without your brain. If your brain dead, you're just functioning without your brain. So, wake up. Police officers, I got love for you. You do a great job. Army, you do a great job. You protect our grannies from people like what I used to be. Yeah? And I regret what I used to be. Yeah? I do. I really do. Yeah? But the reality of things is, yeah, you can't hide behind the government. The people are going to rise up eventually because we are waking up. I've been awake since I was a kid. Yeah, I was child abused and I knew that it was all a lie from a child. I was physically and mentally child abused. So I know exactly what lies are, yeah, and how people manipulate the truth, right? So let me tell you this, right, Mr. Policeman and Mr. Soldier and Mrs. Soldier and Mrs. Policewoman, right? You're a human being just like us. You're being underpaid and taken advantage of just like us. Yeah? It's time that you stand at the next major riot protest where it's going to become politically violent. It's time that the police stand and turn from defending the corporations and the buildings and they stand on our side. Or they stand aside. If you don't want to get involved, then please just stand aside. Because, you know, the hatred towards you is caused because of how you operate. It's not because of what you do. Police do a damn good job. I used to have a thing against police. It's a black thing, you know. We don't like authority. We don't like police, Babylon and all that rubbish. Yeah, it's not rubbish, but Babylon and all that rubbish, right? Then a friend once said to me, I said, I don't deal with police. I hate police. Man said to me, Kieran, he says, police do a good job. He says, imagine the world without police. They protect our nans and our grandmothers. Imagine the world without police. Yeah, imagine the world where men like me and you were allowed to do whatever we wanted to do. And I sat and I went, you got a point. And that changed my view on police. Yeah, I wanted to be a soldier when I was a child. Yeah, I wanted to be a soldier. They wouldn't let me in because I had one conviction for burglary when I was actually being forced to burgle as a child by my half-brothers. I was being forced into crime. And I tried to go in the army and they wouldn't let me in because I had one conviction. Me, if I was running things, I'd say, you got one conviction, right, you're in the army, let's straighten this one up. But no, they decided that I was designed to become oil for the cogs of the criminal justice system. Yeah, I understand how the system works. I got tears in my eyes thinking about everything. Right, it's time we stand up before we lose humanity and we become virtual cyborgs. Yeah, manipulated muppets. Yeah, Copycat the MC signing out. Power to the fucking people. Wow!